R-word without consent. He is also accused of 3 counts of assault and 1 count of strangulation. The prosecution told the court the alleged victim's body is marked by a history of violent acts.
Oh, wow.
I really want people to listen to.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you didn't already know, act like you know, because it's sad as us. So let's hop right into this video. So today we are reacting to very bad news for young Philly. CCTV footage, strong evidence, and brands drop him. Cancellations everywhere. So before we hop into this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it.
Since young Philly has been arrested, charged, and released on bail,
been charged already?
Updates are happening, and they're happening quite fast. Ooh. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again with daily and consistent content, and let's get straight into this. Western Australia Police Prosecutor Julius DiPietro has stated very clearly, which I want people to really hear abundantly, that they have, in quotation marks, extremely strong prosecution case against Philly. He claims, the prosecutor, they have CCTV footage, CCTV evidence, photo evidence, which helps to prove that these accusations are true. This is why they arrested and charged him with several counts, and why they were fighting to keep him in, and why he was released with strict bail conditions, because the amount of large evidence they're claiming that they have against young Philly. CCTV, photo evidence, and that is extremely strong. This is what the prosecution are saying, and these are the people who charge people. Detectives from Western Australia Police SA Squad charged Philly with 4 counts of R-word without consent. He is also accused of 3 counts of assault and 1 count of strangulation. The prosecution told the court the alleged victim's body is marked by a history of violent acts. I really want people to listen to what the prosecution are saying here. Photos of the woman's injuries allegedly caused by young Philly were provided to the magistrate by the prosecution, who said no ordinary person can consent in these circumstances. Across her body is a history of violent acts. We say these photos and what is alleged is beyond the pale, beyond what could be considered to be a consensual act. This is what they're stating, and this is what they have photo evidence of. So, or for those who are saying that, you know, well, what if, you know, something else happened, or what if, you know, why did she go to the hotel room? She knew what was going on. All of these dense conversations people were actually having. Notice that these people saying, oh, what about the girls who go to the hotel room? They knew what they were getting themselves into. They're not, these people have not read the prosecution statements.
Right.
They haven't done their due diligence. They haven't done their research.
They're just talking.
A lot of social media is about pure misinformation. Because if you read what the prosecution is saying, they have photo evidence. They have CCTV video evidence. Extremely strong. That there's been so many body-related bruises and injuries on these bodies that it is, at this point, beyond what could be considered to be even something that is consensual. Do you read?
And then also, just to add, I used to watch like some of their podcast clips, and he was on there with like Chunks, and sometimes had like Nella Rose on. So it's really sad to see that this is, you know, something that he did and they caught him doing. In like, well, not that part being sad. I'm happy that they caught him, but at the same time, I'm just like, wow, this is such a sad situation. Because I know that a lot of people that Nella is friends with, a lot of them came from like nothing, and they made a name for themselves and established themselves well into the social media era. And, you know, this time frame and whatnot, it's just, that's just really sad. Like, wow, you out here strangling women. Yeah, wow.
I realize how insane of a statement that is for them to make. They're not going to attempt to prosecute somebody, extradite them between states for no reason. Now, a lot more is happening, and I want to keep you guys updated, but I just really wanted to hit into this CCTV footage that they have, and will this footage be released? When it comes to trial, will it be public information? Will this case be televised? I don't know when it comes to Australians' legalities, but it is very intriguing to me. England's FA have announced that they have swiftly pulled young Philly from their upcoming YouTube projects. Philly was involved in a series of videos due to be a part of the Greater Game campaign, launched yesterday by the FA alongside M&S, who sponsored the national side. It has been designed to promote healthy eating, and he was set to be in a video alongside Esri Konsa, Jared Bowen, and Bukayo as part of a freestyle cooking series on the FA YouTube channel. An announcement by the FA released has said that Philly was specially chosen for the series to encourage young people up and down the country to cook healthy. But the FA confirmed to Sky News that those videos are now going to be removed, and most already have. Marks and Spencer's have also now come out to say that they believe to have no direct endorsement deal anymore with young Philly as well. So brands are beginning to, distance themselves from it, irrespective of whether somebody's innocent or not. These charges are insane. The press PR related to it is also insane, and brands just don't want to be attached to that. So therefore, especially in this peak time, they are going to be separating from Philly, but they seem to be separating faster than I thought, because it hasn't even been 24 hours since everything has been announced. Philly's defense lawyer has argued that the victim was drunk at the time of the alleged ordeal on September 28th on Channel 9 reported. Now, for you to come out and say that these alleged victims were drunk, whether it's one or many, isn't the right argument that you would make, because if these girls were drunk, then that would also make it look like young Philly was taking advantage of them and for the fact that they were drunk, and that he left a very successful night with what he was doing at his concerts, and he took advantage of a drunk woman. So for Philly's lawyer to be stating this, his defense lawyer, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. As a client, if I was in Philly's position, I would be upset that the lawyers that I have hired, that I am billing, that I'm paying so much money to, are out here saying that these girls were drunk.
Yeah.
Well, then that obviously means that you're taking advantage of people. That's what it basically means to me. Not only that, guys, but there is a string of cancellations when it comes to performances. The Eden Festival, and also we have a Trilogy Club cancels events after this arrest. Now, of course, he can't go anywhere. He's rescinded his passport. He's stranded in Australia, so he isn't able to do anything anyways. But all of these events where he was set to make money, these paid appearances, are all now cancelling and going to cancel.
Which
Basically,
makes sense.
it looks like this is going to be very tough for him to beat, let alone even if he did working with brands again. But jail time is definitely something that we're seeing here. Young Philly is notorious. He is a big content creator in the UK and also just generally globally. This is where things are going to get very interesting now, because we know that everything with P. Diddy is insane and everybody's looking at other celebrities. Could this young Philly scenario have a knock-on effect in the UK, where you do have other women who are seeing, wow, well, young Philly did that to those girls in Australia, allegedly. What about what he did to me? Then they might speak up. Then you might have other girls or boys
a domino effect.
Say, well, young Philly's friend also did this to me, but now I can, or now people feel more comfortable or more safe. Remember, there was 120 individual cases alone reported for Diddy right after he went into jail. So other people are watching this go on who might have gone through something unfortunate with these people, and therefore, or with this person, and therefore want to make their stories and say something to raise awareness for themselves, because they might feel comfortable. That wave could very well be coming. It very well could be a tsunami, a hotbed, or something that could also be a possibility. And I just want people to really understand that things could also go that way, potentially. But at the same time, I think that, brands, FA, M&S have dropped him, and I do believe that other content creators who may have been close to him would probably distance or set out statements in the next 24 to 48 hours. They're probably planning things with their PR in how to do this. But I do want people to understand that the prosecution themselves have come out to say that they have strong evidence on this man. They have CCTV footage. They've seen him do things in the hotel. Is that stuff going to be released? Because it was released for Diddy for what he did to Cassie back in 2016 when he was beating her up in the hotel. That all got released. And if that CCTV footage that prosecution have gets publicly released somehow, and this goes to trial, the grand jury then are going to see this, and it's not going to work in his favour. He's got a long way ahead of himself, because the next hearing, I believe, would be in December. And, evidently he's going to fight this and say not guilty if that's what he's going to do. So therefore, this could be a trial situation, and it could get very, very salacious. But, I do believe the arrest footage was also released today. I did not include that, so I will find that video and put it in for you guys. But of course, you can see him being solemn. He's been cuffed and he's walking, and you see him in the car, and he just looks very confused and a bit dazed. Like, is this really happening? What is going on? This just seems very surreal. So this is crazy to me that the prosecution basically told the court that the alleged victim's body is marked by a history of violent acts. So prosecution saying this, they're not going to come out and do this for no reason. They have a career, they've worked to get to these places. They don't just put out these blanket statements out of nowhere. Evidently, I do believe that they have the evidence and footage behind it.
And you know what? It's just crazy to even have this out here, you know, this happening to young Philly. I mean, I have no words, honestly. Speedy trial, brother. Like, there's literally nothing you can say except for, like, you're sorry to the victims, because that's horrible. Like, no one deserves to be strangled or anything. Like, that's crazy. And I'm sure that was a very, very scary experience, you know? But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!